Hey, what's up guys? My name is Steve. Thank you for stopping by my channel. I'm just an American guy on a journey to discover my English and Irish ancestry. Today I thought we would check out the original coronation for Queen Elizabeth II. This video has got to be around 70 years old because this was in 1952 or 1953 if I'm not mistaken. I kind of want to check this out because I know King Charles is going to be coronated in roughly a year, at least that's what I've been told. And I'm guessing the process that Queen Elizabeth went through is probably the same process that King Charles is going to go through. And so I think this would be a good thing to watch to kind of understand that process. And also I just think it would be really interesting to see Queen Elizabeth when she was young and to check out kind of how her coronation went and just see the history in this. That's pretty amazing the history is recorded for us like this. One thing that I find interesting is that I realized that the British people are going to see their first coronation live when King Charles is coronated. Basically because most British people either weren't alive or were really young when the original coronation happened. So that's going to be interesting that the British people are about to experience their first coronation, at least most of them. I do wonder also if you guys actually were shown the coronation in some type of history class or whatnot in school, because I would expect this would be the type of thing that was shown in history class in your country, but I don't know. I can imagine not a lot of British people have probably checked out the coronation on YouTube, so it'd be interesting to know how many British people have actually seen the original coronation or are going to be just as surprised as I am to see the process happen, to see what actually happens during this process. So anyways, guys, enough of me rambling. Let's get started and check out the original coronation of Queen Elizabeth II. Man, that old music, you can tell it's an old video. Day of days, most memorable when the Queen was crowned. I'm glad they added color to this because that's gonna, adding color always makes it pop. So, guys, do you notice the sound is only in one ear? I'm guessing that's because the video was made so long ago they only had sound in one channel. So I just want to let you know that's not just me, that's the video.
On what must surely be the greatest day of her life, Queen Elizabeth drives to her coronation. All
wow.
Night through, indeed longer than that, crowds have waited for this moment as the golden coach appears in view for the first time.
Wow, look at that coach.
The planning, the careful rehearsals, the flurry of preparations, all have reached their fruition in this dramatic opening of a dramatic and historic occasion.
Look, the Queen's Guard had the hats then, the bearskin hats. They've done that for a little long time. It's amazing that everybody here pretty much that you're seeing, except for the kids, the majority of them are like, long gone. Almost everyone you see. Because most people are probably 100, would be like 100 plus years old at this point. It's just always fascinating to me. Time is an interesting thing. Look at that carriage! Wow!
Imagine, if you can,
that is beautiful.
our young queen's feelings.
Imagine how she's feeling. Oh, I can imagine this. I don't even know how you describe the feeling that she must be going through in that moment. But guys, is that carriage still around? And is that what King Charles is going to ride in? And is that painted gold or is that literally actually plated gold? Because that's insane. I mean, because of the quality of the video, because it's so old, it's a little hard to see the detail, but I can tell that thing must have been beautiful.
As with her husband beside her, she is slowly borne towards the hours-long ceremony of pomp, circumstance, and dedication.
I didn't think she was married to Prince Philip until soon after she was queen.
consecrating her as queen of all the nations and all the races over which she holds sovereignty. Preceded by her guards and escorted by her cavalry, she drives through cheering crowds down the gaily decorated avenue of the Mall.
Look at that gold carriage. That is insane. I think I've seen it before for some reason. Did I see it in another video or something? But it's just like, that thing is beautiful. Wow. They don't make things like they used to. So where is she headed? Did she come from Buckingham Palace and she's going to somewhere else? Wow. That's a big moment. I have a feeling, based off the little that I've looked into this stuff now, it seems like in 70 years ago, people were more interested in the monarchy. So I wonder. I just feel like there's not going to be quite as much excitement around King Charles being coronated as there was when Queen Elizabeth was coronated. Do you think that's probably the case? That because I think that the interest in the monarchy is just quite a bit less now than it was 70 years ago. It seems like that from what I've gauged so far in the videos I've watched. Wow, man. People are excited.
On past Admiralty Arch and through Trafalgar Square.
What is this? Like, what is it? What is this?
Perhaps the focal point of London's affectionate homage to its queen. The great procession passed this spot 3 times, and those of the crowd who didn't get a good view now had 2 more chances later on.
Man, that carriage is insane. Wow. I can't get over that. Look at that thing. That thing's beautiful.
Down Northumberland Avenue to
the detail of the artwork on that thing.
Lined with wildly cheering schoolchildren. What a spectacle of colour and pageantry it was as the head of the Queen's procession approached the Abbey. Scarlet and gold and blue, set off by the pale spring green of the trees and the multicoloured panorama of the rejoicing crowds. A queen was coming to her crowning, and her people, love and affection overfilling their hearts, added their voices to
people
the
were so
music
excited.
and the pealing of bells. On the steps of the specially built annex, the Earl Marshal of England stands ready to receive his sovereign. From the roaring of the multitude into the quiet solemnity of the great
What
Abbey.
flag was that? Sorry, guys. I just wanted to see what flag that was.
From
What flag is that? It's got the cross here. Is that a form of the flag of England? So it kind of looks like. Can't tell.
roaring of the multitude into the quiet solemnity of the great Abbey steps Her Majesty.
How do you say that? Westminster Abbey? Is that where she's at? I gotta learn these different buildings.
The moment of coronation is nigh.
What is she wearing? Like, is there a specific name for this thing? This long. Honestly, guys, I don't know what you call it. Like, I'm just curious. What is that called?
Lifting.
Oh, and will Charles wear something similar, or is that just only? It seems like something that's probably only a female queen would. I mean, a queen would wear. It seems like a king probably wouldn't wear that, but I don't know.
Inspiring strains of music and a vast and varied congregation of guests await the Queen as she.
Wait, what? what are these things too? What are those?
Passes up the nave of the great cathedral, and the cry, "Vivat," rings out from the scholars of Westminster School.
Wow, man, it's so amazing that we have the ability,
including Prince.
It's so amazing that we have the ability to watch some amazing history that happened 70 plus years ago. You know, it's just amazing when you think about that we can view things almost like we were there. You know, that happened decades before we were born. It's just amazing. The way technology has made things like this possible.
Philip are already in their places.
I'm sorry to keep on pausing, guys. I don't want to interrupt this too much, but this is all new to me. I'm sure some of this is new to a lot of people watching because I'm sure some of you have, very few people have seen the coronation in real life, or in their lifetimes. Is this a different crown from what she's going to receive when she is coronated? Is this like the crown of a princess and then she gets the crown of the queen? I wonder.
The Queen moves past them on her way to the chair of estate, which she is to occupy for the early part of the ceremony.
And forgive me for not knowing this, but is Westminster Abbey, that's like a big church, right? And what type of church is it? Is it a Catholic church or is it a Protestant church? What is the official religion of the royal family? I think they're Protestant, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe wrong. Look at those dresses. All this garb, like all the outfits. I don't know what you'd call these, but just amazing how intricate everything is in this ceremony. Everything is just so detail oriented. Ah, there's the queen crown. So it must be a princess crown she has there.
The first necessary step in the traditional ritual is that the Queen should be accepted by the people. The Archbishop of Canterbury addresses the congregation.
Sirs, I here present unto you Queen Elizabeth, your undoubted Queen. Wherefore all you who are come this day to do your homage and service, are you willing to do the same?
The people have recognized their sovereign, and now the Archbishop administers the coronation oath.
Madam, is your Majesty willing to take the oath?
I am willing.
Will you solemnly promise and swear to govern the peoples of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, the Union of South Africa, Pakistan, and Ceylon, and of your possession and the other territories to any of them belonging or pertaining, according to their respective laws and customs?
I solemnly promise so to do.
The promise is sealed at a faldstool before the altar. The Queen...
She kisses the book. Interesting. And I could hear, you could kind of see and hear that. I don't know if she was nervous, but it was like it's such a big deal. And even though she's queen, this is, man, I can only imagine the emotions. I don't even know how to describe that. It's just, wow, what you're taking on, what you're, the start of something this huge. I mean, at 26, I mean, that's just wow. Wow, wow, wow.
Kisses the book and signs the form of oath. The Bible itself is then presented to her by the moderator of the Church of Scotland.
Here is wisdom, this is the royal law, these are the lively oracles of God.
The Queen's crimson robe is removed.
Crimson robe. That's what they called that.
A canopy of cloth of gold is brought forward by 4 Knights of the Garter as she takes her seat in King Edward's chair.
King Edward was her dad,
the most
right?
mysterious of the rites of coronation, the Archbishop anoints her with holy oil and consecrates her to her great office.
Wasn't this around a year after her father passed away?
The congregation again see their queen. The character of this consecration is symbolized by arraying her in vestments resembling those of a priest.
Huh.
The sword of state is brought from the altar to be delivered to the queen. Presently she rises and carries it back to the altar in token of submission of her authority to God. Now the majestic emblem of the robe royal is placed around her shoulders.
Hey guys, just wanted to mention the sound quality is not, it's just the video itself. It's just, you know, I guess just because it's that old that, yeah, sound isn't perfect.
Enveloping her in gold. She receives the orb, symbol of the dominion of the cross over the world, and the 2 scepters, one with the cross, the other with the dove. The last and grandest symbol of all is the crown of St. Edward. It is blessed by the Archbishop at the altar. The climax of the ceremony has arrived when the Archbishop gently sets this splendid emblem on the Queen's head.
Are they saying here, all hail the Queen? I think that's what they're saying.
And the trumpets sound.
So now it's official, right? Now she's officially the Queen.
The crowned Queen now moves from King Edward's chair to mount her throne, which is set back in the middle of the theatre. Having made her promises to her people, it is the turn of her people to make their promises of allegiance to her. First, the Archbishop pays his homage. Among the lay lords, the first to declare himself is her own husband, Philip, Duke of Edinburgh. Rising, he kisses the Queen's cheek and touches the Queen's crown in token of his readiness to help her bear its burden.
Guys, you know, I now understand through some of you commenting that, you know, the reason there is never a full king or queen beside the actual queen or king is always a consort. Or in the case of Prince Philip, he was always Prince Philip. But sometimes it could be a king consort. Or in the case of King Charles, Camilla will be is a queen consort. Do they go through their own ceremony, or do they just kind of do they not have to go through any type of coronation or anything? I know they wouldn't have to go through an actual coronation like this. I'm wondering though, is there some sort of ceremony? Well, I guess that wouldn't make sense. I guess it would just be they got married. That was their ceremony. They were married. So yeah, I'm guessing there wouldn't be any type of extra ceremony now that he is the Queen's husband here. I don't think he would actually have any type of ceremony. Okay.
After him comes the Queen's uncle, the Duke of Gloucester. Homage is likewise paid by the senior peer in each degree, swearing faith and truth to bear unto the Queen, to live and die against all manner of folks. The whole ceremony has been enacted within the framework of a communion service. And now, the Queen leaves her throne to take the sacrament.
Maybe this is a Catholic
This is not to be photographed,
church.
but in humility and piety, she draws near to the altar to receive it in...
This seems like more of a Catholic type ceremony than it would be a Protestant type ceremony. Not that the religion itself is... I think the religion is kind of tied into this. You got the bishops and you know, different things, the crown being blessed and all sorts of different kind of religious symbolism being tied into this ceremony. I'm just curious. I thought it was a Protestant church at first, but now I think it may be a Catholic. But I don't know. I'm gonna figure all this out as I watch more of these videos.
In company with her husband at the hands of the Archbishop. And so, the ceremony ended. After a short pause, processions are formed for the departure from the Abbey. The Queen, now arrayed in royal...
Who are all these ladies that were following her? Are they family? Are they different princesses? Who exactly are these ladies?
Purple and wearing the imperial state crown, leaves the chapel to the strains of the national anthem. With the scepter in her right hand, and in her left hand the orb, Queen Elizabeth II passes from the Abbey, consecrated and dedicated to her life work by the solemn and hallowed ritual of coronation. The crowning over, the Queen emerges to find that the weather had been unkind. But in spite of the gloom and the wet, Her Majesty looked radiant as she moved to the coach.
Wow, man, everybody's so excited. I bet the fact she was so young
The rain certainly didn't dampen
at that time really helped to excite people as well. You know, I think there's, you know, the youthfulness of, you know, well, having a queen that's that young is just, I think it probably helped at the time the younger people feel more connected or be more interested in the monarchy and the process itself.
the enthusiasm of the crowds as they watched the procession. Men from all corners of the Commonwealth, men of all races and creeds, marching in honor of their queen. And there was a special cheer for Sir Winston and his charming wife as they passed through Trafalgar Square.
Winston Churchill.
Apart from the Queen herself, the biggest welcome was undoubtedly for the Queen Mother, driving with Princess Margaret, on a day which must have held for her proud, poignant memories of her own coronation.
So, the Queen, that's something I still don't understand. So her mother was alive, obviously, at that point. It's interesting that that it doesn't go from, if the king died, his wife, the queen consort, would become the queen. So it literally is no one that married into the royal family could ever actually be king or queen. It would always have to be the offspring, the next oldest, or the oldest offspring that is alive of the current sitting king or queen. And I guess the only time it would be different is if that king or queen had no offspring left. They all died. And in that case, I guess it would go to a brother or a sister. And then from there, if they didn't have brothers or sisters alive, it would go to a cousin or something. That's interesting. I might look into a video about how that works, how the succession, the line of succession happens. I'm gonna look into that.
Prince Charles and Princess Anne watched enthralled as the troops swung down the Mall around the Victoria Memorial. What a gay, colourful pageant. What a demonstration of heartfelt rejoicing in which all countries owing allegiance to Her Majesty took part.
Man, people were so excited. And it's like raining. It's going to be interesting to see if there's the same level of excitement for Charles.
The Mounties, brilliant in their scarlet tunics, capturing the imagination of young and old alike. And the men and women of the services, marching splendidly, as befitted so great an occasion. But now the moment of moments arrives. Resplendent in the regalia with which she had been invested so solemnly, Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth, with her consort beside her, concludes her royal progress.
As this day draws to its close, I know that my abiding memory of it will be not only the solemnity and beauty of the ceremony, but the inspiration of your loyalty and affection. I thank you all from a full heart. God bless you all.
Wow. Yeah, those must have been the family.
The royal family assembled together on the palace
Makes
balcony
sense.
to receive the acclamation of their subjects and the Air Force's salute on Coronation Day. And so, this day of days most memorable comes to an end. And with it begins a new era, the new Elizabethan age, an age in which the love and faith and hope of all the Commonwealth rest on the slim shoulders of the beautiful Queen who has just been crowned. Long may she reign.
Wow. That was interesting, guys. That was history. We just witnessed history. That was amazing. To be able to see something that happened so long ago. That was a really beautiful ceremony. It's amazing to see how excited people were back then. It was a different time. I mean, I'm guessing there's, people are going to be excited when King Charles gets coronated, but I don't think there's going to be the same level of excitement. It seems like people aren't as interested in the monarchy, and King Charles just doesn't have that youthfulness that Queen Elizabeth did. But I could be wrong. That's just what my perception so far. But just the detail, I can't get over the detail. That beautiful gold carriage, and just the way everybody was dressed, the way everything was performed, how they tied, bringing in the coronating the Queen with the religion. And I think that has something to do with the fact that, if I'm not mistaken, the way that the monarch is looked at is they are the, how is it worded? They are like the head to represent God for the people, or something like that. I can't remember how did I read that somewhere, that basically the way the monarchs looked is that the monarch is God's representative for the people, for the British people. I could be wrong on that. I'm sure I'm butchering the way I'm saying that, but I think you understand what I'm trying to say. I'd like to find that phrase that I saw. I think I saw it like 3 or 4 days ago. But anyways, guys, that was pretty cool. I might have to check out Elizabeth Phillips' wedding at some point. Why not? I'm loving all this, guys. Every time I see another video, I'm understanding how the system works a little more and a little more. Even though I live in America and it doesn't technically affect me today, this is something I need to know to understand my history and understand my ancestry, because this is a part of that history. And so every little bit I understand more is something I understand more about my ancestors and understand more about myself. So anyways, guys, thank you for checking this video out with me. If you like this reaction, please click that like button. Also, please feel free to leave your comments if you have anything you'd like to suggest or add to this video. Also, if you want to continue following me on my journey, please click that subscribe button. And also make sure to hit that bell notification icon so that you will be notified when I upload new videos. Until next time, guys, peace.